So we're back and we're bringing you live pictures from the EU summit in Salzburg. You are looking at the German Chancellor deep in conversation. Let's throw the ball out to Willem, who is there on the ground for us. Willem, some interesting comments as we saw various leaders arrive, and there does seem to be a better mood around this meeting.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember this meeting is not just about Brexit, although that may be the main focus for markets. They're also talking about migration, internal security within the European Union. But when it came to Brexit, some of the big names amongst those 27 European leaders did talk to the press, amongst them Emmanuel Macron. He was asked about essentially what the remaining stumbling blocks are, specifically Northern Ireland. Here's what he had to say.
We have very clear principles regarding the integrity of the single market and regarding precisely the Irish border. It was precise in March and it was endorsed by the 27 members. So we have to find collectively, and we need a UK proposal precisely preserving this backstop in the framework of a withdrawal agreement.
And, this all comes back to this idea of a backstop, formally discussed back in December, ratified after that. This was something the UK signed up to in case there ends up being no other deal between the UK and the European Union. And it essentially relates to the idea that Northern Ireland, as a body, as a territory, would remain in alignment with the European single market and would essentially remain part of the European Customs Union. That, of course, a huge challenge for Theresa May domestically, because it's not something that unionists, who are in coalition essentially with her government in Westminster, will allow to have any kind of separation between Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom. It's something that she's railed against this week, describing it as a threat to the UK's territorial integrity. Now, Leo Varadkar, the Irish Taoiseach, he was also asked essentially about how he thought talks were going. He had a meeting with Theresa May this morning, and so clearly it's very much in his interest to try and avoid a no-deal scenario, though he says he is now preparing for that. Take a listen to what he said a few moments ago.
I had a very good meeting this morning with Prime Minister May and her team. Time is running short. There's proposals for another summit in October and then in November. Ireland as a country obviously wants to avoid a no-deal scenario. We want to avoid a no-deal Brexit, but we are preparing for that. We are hiring extra staff and officials, putting in IT systems. We're ready for that eventuality should it occur, but I think we need to redouble our efforts over the next couple of weeks to make sure that we have a deal. And that deal, of course, would involve three elements: a withdrawal agreement providing for the UK to leave with the transition period, a protocol in Ireland and Northern Ireland, making sure that under all circumstances there won't be a hard border on the island of Ireland, and also a joint political declaration outlining what that new relationship is going to look like.
So then it's not just the UK where preparations are being made for the possibility of a no-deal Brexit. Ireland, of course, would be hit very hard. They've been drafting in dozens of different people to try and staff up their ports and their airports in particular. Mark Rutte, the Dutch Prime Minister, is also struck by something he said in terms of the Netherlands, the impact the Netherlands would face when it comes to a no-deal scenario. He was asked about that, and he said, look, we have to remember that there is a market of more than 440 million people the Netherlands would still have very easy access to across Europe. Yes, it would be definitely difficult for the Netherlands if the UK was to crash out in late March, but we have to remember there's still a huge upside given the size of the European single market, guys.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now, to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.